Hi, this is Ken. This week, Tesla showed us something critical. Demand is strong, but the stock is falling. And that contradiction is exactly where the real story is. In this video, I'm going to break down what's actually happening with Tesla right now. Not just the headlines, but the structure behind it. We'll look at the stock, the delivery numbers, and the strategic shifts. And more importantly, what this means for TSLA investors over the next 6 to 12 months. So let's get into it. This week wasn't about one big headline. It was about multiple things moving at the same time. The stock is weakening in the short term. Demand looks confusing. And at the same time, Tesla is clearly repositioning itself strategically. If you only look at one of these, you'll misunderstand the whole picture. So today, let's connect all of it. Let's start with the stock. Tesla dropped below the key $370 level this week and eventually closed around $360. From a chart perspective, we now have lower highs and lower lows. So yes, in the short term, the trend is weak. But here's the important question. What kind of selling is this? Is this panic selling or is it repositioning? Because those are completely different signals. Panic selling usually comes with sharp volume spikes and emotional exits. But this time, that's not what we're seeing. The volume increase is there, but it's not explosive. It looks more like capital is being adjusted, not abandoned. And this is a critical distinction because if this is repositioning, not panic, then the market isn't rejecting Tesla. It's simply recalibrating, most likely influenced by macro conditions, interest rates, and short-term expectations. So what we're seeing right now is not a collapse. It's a reset. Now let's move to the Q1 numbers. Tesla delivered around 350,000 vehicles and produced about 400,000. That leaves roughly 50,000 vehicles added to inventory. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. They look at this and say demand is weak, but that's not actually what the data is telling us. This is not a demand collapse. This is a mismatch. Tesla is producing more than it is currently delivering. That's a very different problem because one is structural weakness and the other is timing and pricing. If we look at Europe, we see something interesting. In France, sales are up about 3 times. In the Nordic countries, roughly double. So demand is clearly there, but it's sensitive. It reacts to pricing, incentives, and local conditions. So the real insight here is this. Tesla does not have a demand problem. It has a pricing and positioning problem, at least for now. And that's actually a much more solvable issue. But we can't ignore the risk. If inventory continues to build, Tesla may need to adjust pricing, and that directly impacts margins. This is where the short-term bearish sentiment comes from. And as investors, this is something we need to watch carefully. Now let's talk about something more strategic, the launch of the Model YL in Japan, a 3-row, 6-seat configuration. At first glance, it may look like just another variant, but I think this is much bigger than that. Japan is a market dominated by family vehicles and minivans, and until now, Tesla didn't really have a product that fit that use case. So this is not just a new model, this is Tesla expanding into a new segment. And at the same time, Tesla is improving infrastructure, more service centers, supercharger incentives, better accessibility, which means Tesla is moving from interesting option to practical choice in more regions. Now, here's another symbolic move, the end of Model S and Model X. But notice how it's happening, not quietly, but with a sense of ceremony. These models built Tesla's early identity. So ending them this way is not just about discontinuation, it's about transition. Tesla is simplifying its lineup, focusing on scalability, efficiency, and global reach. This is what a company does when it moves from niche to system. Now let's talk about technology. FSD continues to improve, not just in detection, but in decision making. For example, anticipating pedestrian behavior before it happens. But here's the key point. Technology advancing does not mean immediate monetization, because regulation still defines what can actually be deployed. So we are in a situation where the technology is ahead of reality, and this gap matters because investors often price in the future too early. The same applies to robotaxis. Expansion is happening, but it's still gradual, not exponential yet. So again, expectations and reality need to be separated. Let's step back and summarize. This week, Tesla is showing 4 things at once. The market is weak in the short term, demand is still present, risks are emerging, especially around inventory and margins, and at the same time, product and technology are advancing. This is not a simple story. This is a transition phase, and this is where time horizon becomes everything. If you look short term, you'll see pressure, inventory, pricing, competition, all real risks. But if you zoom out, you see something different. Product expansion, global positioning, AI and autonomy continuing to improve. So the question is not whether Tesla is good or bad. The question is, what time frame are you investing in? Because right now, Tesla looks confusing, but only if you ignore the time horizon. Personally, I see this phase as recalibration, not deterioration. And historically, these phases are where long-term investors position themselves. So I'm curious, how are you seeing Tesla right now? Bullish, cautious, or somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video. And if you want daily deeper Tesla analysis like this, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and let's continue to explore the future together. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.